What's happening, Wisdom Warriors? Back at it for another video. I wanted to come on here. The title basically is going to be an important message. You're not alone. And we are all in this together. We are one. And that's what I'm planning to title this video. And I wanted to just come on and, just for anybody out there that feels like they're alone or feels that no one understands them or that everything they're thinking, no one else is thinking. Trust me, I've been there. I know exactly what you're going through. I know exactly what it feels like. Actually, talking about this while I was walking in nature yesterday and the day before, and just reflecting on, I don't know, probably the past 10 years or 20 years even. And, you know, it's, it just, it just shows me how we've come so far. And, the things that I have thought about, people are now talking about. And not even that, but, spiritual awakenings and people having these awakenings, whether it be a health awakening or a spiritual awakening or just an awakening to what they've been programmed to believe um, as by when you were in school as a child or throughout your life through your parents or through friends or relatives or whatever it may be. You could be waking up from that. You could be waking up from a health challenge. You could be waking up from just shook to your core. And usually, from my experience, it's taken me hitting rock bottom to then change and to realize, uh, you know, just what has been going on around me. And, basically from taking my head out of the sand. And so I wanted to come on here and just give you some comfort because I thought about it the last few days and the last week since I recorded the last video. And it made me really realize that the last several times that I experienced these awakenings or rock bottoms, um, I didn't necessarily have anybody to guide me. And YouTube wasn't around for me. Uh, I wouldn't necessarily say social media ever helped me because it really didn't. I feel like it was very dark and just, I definitely didn't learn from that. But there's been a lot of influencers. I don't even want to call them influencers because I feel like we are all equal and we are all one, regardless of somebody else with 100,000 followers versus 18 followers or subscribers on YouTube. I I remember waking up to this, and this is a, I don't know, kind of interesting and funny story at the same time. Um, I don't think I spoke about it to you guys on any of the previous videos, but yeah, I don't think I did. But this dates back to about 2001, and literally was working a job, which, mind you, I never really resonated with, and we'll get into that on another video. I'm not deep diving in that right now uh, because that wasn't the intention of this video. But um, in 2001, I was working this job, uh, and I was in a big warehouse with a lot of other employees and coworkers. And for having an incident where I was essentially downgraded in front of the entire my entire team of coworkers, and by a manager, by a boss, and really didn't tolerate it. And so I went back to my desk and I proceeded to basically speak my truth and speak my mind. And basically, what I proceeded to say is, when we leave this building, with you being my manager and me being the employee, you're not my manager anymore. You're a human being just like I am. You're just as equal as I am. We are the same. We aren't any different. We bleed red. And I remember saying that to this gentleman, and I remember this gentleman saying to me, uh, "Oh, so what? You want to fight?" And he took it as a threat that I wanted to go outside and fight. And the way that I was seeing things was, we are equal when we leave the building. You're not my boss anymore. And it kind of reminds me of why, in so many instances of my life, with so many positions I took, I had difficulty um, taking orders, so to speak, from someone, because I always did look at each and every one of us as equal without actually realizing it. Because, mind you, like I said, I haven't told a lot of my story, and I grew up uh, in a very dark place, just being bullied and all kinds of different things, which I'll talk about later on in the channel. This, again, it's not what this video was about. But so this dates back a long time, that I already had this awareness, um, that people are just starting to realize now. Not that I'm any better than anybody else, because I don't look at it that way. I am far from that. I'm always learning every single day. I wasn't for a long period of time. I was very closed off. Um, Even though I knew a lot of these things, I didn't know a lot of these things. It's hard to kind of explain. We really didn't have a lot of information out there like we have now. And it's a lot different, as I was thinking about the last few days, and how many people are so lucky to be awakening now, and bringing their head out of the sand now, to realize that the things they're realizing, and then having these other individuals like me and others speaking about these topics that we've already gone through. And it's it's whoever it is, they're very fortunate, because way back when, it was a lot more looked at as, oh, you need to take medication, you need to get on medication, you aren't right, something is wrong with you mentally. um, versus like, oh, maybe you're just waking up, maybe you're just realizing how you've been deep programmed, and how you've been lied to, and how you've been conditioned to believe certain things and not believe certain things. And I feel like now so many are realizing and waking up to realize, I don't like this, or I do like this, or I don't like this, or I do like this, or I don't like the cold, or I do like the cold, or I don't like the heat, or I do. Versus, let me eat this burger because everybody else is eating it. Or let me go trick or treating and get a bunch of candy and eat it because a lot of other people are eating it. Or give out candy because other people are giving out candy. And putting toxic stuff in our bodies, and not taking care of our bodies, and just throwing our bodies around, and our vessels. And the word that I used to hear back in the day was, vessel or temple. take care of your temple. We only have one of them. I didn't really fully understand it. I kind of did when I woke up in '97 with my dad having terminal cancer, and I'll get to that story on another video. Uh, but I was young. I was young, and the awareness was there, but it wasn't. Because I knew a lot, but I didn't know a lot because I didn't know what was going on and what was happening. And so much of us now have so much guidance, especially with YouTube. I feel like a lot of good information is coming out of it. I feel like a lot of these newcomers are coming up and they're just amazing and they're amazing guidance for others. And it just goes to show you how much we are not alone and how many people are walking around keeping these things to themselves when in actuality they've been or are going through the same thing that we all have or are going through. And it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful to see so many are helping. When I was growing up, it wasn't that way. Everybody kept to themselves and they didn't put this kind of information out because of fear of something happening to them or being made fun of or ostracized or not accepted by others. My father, man, he used to eat. Not used to. He ate raw after he hit rock bottom in '97, and he went on completely raw diet. And now so many people are doing that now, and it's become more of the norm, so to speak, than it was 20 years ago. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful to see. And so I come on here with this love and warmth in my heart to pour out to you that you're not alone. And what you're thinking and experiencing, we all are. Just not everybody is willing and coming forward to speak their truth and what they're experiencing because of fear of not being accepted or fear of, just not being liked. And that's understandable. I lived that lifestyle for many, many years of my life. And to forego your peace and sovereignty and happiness to be accepted in a group of people that don't really have your best interest at heart. A lot of times it's for their own insecurities or their own issues of maybe codependency or being alone or so to speak. So I feel like as we move forward, we are moving forward from an energetic place where everything is felt and we can walk into a room and feel energetically if it's right or if it's wrong, or if we like the weather or we don't like the weather, and be truthful about it versus before we would just, yeah, I like that, it's okay, but and then the other person responds with, nah, I don't really like it, and then you just agree with them, yeah, you're right, I don't like it either. And I feel like that's changing, vastly changing. And it's good. It's there's no more fake it till you make it. Like I grew up learning. Yeah, let's just fake it till we make it. Let's go to that job and BS on the resume and just fake it till we make it. Let's hang out with these individuals and fake it the entire time and push down our own feelings and our own emotions and how we feel. And maybe I don't feel like hanging out with these individuals today. Maybe I do. Maybe I love it. Maybe I don't love it. Maybe I like this shirt. Maybe I don't. Gone are the days of wanting other people's approval or outside approval, because the days are us getting our own approval and what we dislike and what we like. And I feel like that is so beautiful because it's like we've been wearing these invisible masks for so many years, so many lifetimes, so many decades. And I feel like the invisible mask is thinning, just like they say the veil is thinning. And I feel like you're not even able to do that anymore. You're just completely shut down energetically to even fake it like that. And so all of this leads me to you're not alone. And we're all going through it, man. This is the most courageous, courageous time to be alive. And if you're here in the mud with us all, you are so courageous and you are so powerful and you are so amazing to be doing this and to have agreed to do this. This has never happened ever in humanity, what we're experiencing right now. And what we've been experiencing and what we're continuing to experience and what we're going through has never happened. Never happened. And I want you to know how courageous you are. I want you to know how powerful you are. And you have it all within you. And I have this technique you can do. If you feel overwhelmed or you're feeling like, man, I just don't want to be here anymore. I just don't know what I'm going to do. I want you to, well, I know I've spoke about it before on the show in previous episodes about coming to your breath, but I want to give you a technique that you can do that could help you ground yourself and come into your body and maybe just get more clarity and clear your head in the midst of maybe an argument or a text war or something that you just want to be careful of how you respond. And it's very simple. I did give you some techniques with following your breath, but just 3 times, just breathe in deep. And when you breathe in deep, just hold it. You don't need to hold it for long, just hold it. Hold it for a few seconds, and then let go, like this. Even if you forget to hold your breath, that's okay. Because I can tell you right now, it is so calming and relaxing. And you're switching your system into that parasympathetic state, that relax and rest state in a very quick and fast um, moment. And you feel like kind of like very euphoric after doing it. Even after the first breath, I feel kind of chills a little bit going through my body. And I just said it again, and I felt it in my shoulders, going down my shoulders and everything, and up around the back of my skull. And you're bringing oxygen back in to your blood. Because majority of the time we walk around with very shallow breathing. We walk around with very little awareness of our breath. And a lot of times we're breathing either breathing through the mouth, and it's so light that you could barely even, there's barely even awareness of your breath. Like you don't even pay attention throughout the day that you're even breathing. In actuality, you are. And so the more you deep breathe, you're bringing oxygen into the body, into the bloodstream, and everything, which is so powerful, which we don't get enough of. And that's why we do have a lot of imbalances. The awareness of the breath is so, like, the distractions are so real. And there's so many of them that cause us to addictions, and distractions cause us to not even pay attention to it. It takes a lot of awareness to, throughout your day, in every moment, to pay attention to you breathing in and out. Just breathing in and out, like following your breath, which I've spoken about on previous episodes. The more you can do that, the more awareness you're going to bring to it. And the more present you're going to be in the present moment, the less in the past and in the future you're going to be. So those are just a couple little tips I wanted to throw out there, I just wanted to come on here and just speak a little bit from the heart, like I always do anyways, but just I wanted to speak, and I felt called to come on here and speak and just give you guys some game, you know, and to just realize that you're not alone. You're not going through this alone. We are all connected. We are all one. It may feel like that. It may seem like that. If you're watching, certain media, things like that, on certain social things, you can feel very divided and very separate. And just know that you are not. Just know that you are one. We are all one. We are all God's children. We are all unique, but at the same time, we're the same. And we're all going through this human experience together, figuring it out all together. Because we've been plagued with amnesia, we're in the remembrance phase. We're starting to remember more and more and more as the veil thins. And so I just want you to know that, please, listen to what I have to say and take it in. If you have to hear this video more than once, go right ahead. I hope you get something out of it. I hope it helps you. I hope it allows you to keep going forward and push on, knowing that you're not alone. You're not here by yourself and alone. We are all connected. We are all one. And that is what we're remembering. We're remembering that we're not separate and we're not divided. It's very easy with politics being red and blue, and this person having a nicer car than you do, or a bigger house than you do, or more money in the bank than you do, to make you feel and think you're separate. But that's just an illusion. You're not separate. All of these different levels that we've created, father, mother, child, red, blue, yellow, manager, senior manager, they're all to create divide, separation, to make you believe that you're weaker than somebody else in a higher position than you. And that's not the case. We are all the same. When like I gave you this analogy of me stepping outside the building from my boss, he's not my boss anymore. He's an equal to me. And I realized, thankfully, I realized that long, long ago. Yes, I fell back and forth into the system. Yes, my head went back in the sand. Yes, I ended up back on that hamster wheel. But that's a part of life. That's a part of the human experience. But as we keep learning and evolving and growing, we are growing at exponential rates right now. And I urge you to just deep dive in all these different spiritual topics, read as much as you can, experience as much as you can, because the more you expand your mind, it can't go back. And the more you expand your mind, the more knowledge you get, the more confident you're going to be and in yourself, because you now understand what's happening around you, and you're not walking around with a blindfold on going through life, which is the hardest fucking thing you can do. Trust me, I went most of my life that way, with a blindfold on, not knowing what is going on, not knowing where I'm headed, what I'm doing. Not that we do, everything is unknown and uncertain, but at the same time, it's a little harder. It's even harder when you don't fill your mind with knowledge. The knowledge can take you only so far, but when you have an open mind and an open heart, it allows you to expand your mind, and then you start dipping into these different things, like trying new things that maybe you wouldn't have tried if you weren't so open minded. You would have just been closed off to it immediately and not even tried it. So, like I said, the message I'm trying to convey and get across to everybody is you aren't alone. And we are all one. And we're all going through this human experience together, figuring it out, understanding it the best we can, doing the best we can. And that's all you can do, man. Don't be so hard on yourself. Don't beat yourself up so much. You know, give more love and compassion and self care, and do self care, please. Self improvement, self care, meditation, yoga, weightlifting, whatever's your thing, whatever's your wheelhouse, do it. Take care of your body. Put the good foods in your body. Put the good content, because content that you listen to is also food for your mind. So you want to make sure that you're listening to things that fill your mind with positivity and good content to help you to grow and evolve. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got a lot out of it. Again, more content is to come. As always, I love you all from the bottom of my heart. I just needed to pour out to you. I needed to pour out. I've been consuming, and I needed to give out to you guys. But I love you from my heart. And I love this community. We're growing slowly, but we're growing, and more and more people will catch on, and more people will listen and share. Please, I urge you to share this to anybody that feels alone. Anybody that needs to hear this message, please share it out. Please subscribe. Please like. Please comment. Please tell me if you like what I'm doing, if you like the content I'm sharing, if it's helping you, how it helped you. I'd love to hear all about it. And so with that being said, I love you all. Please like, subscribe, and share. The more people that are aware with what they're going through, the easier time it will be for them to understand. Because I wish that I had a video like this, or videos that are out there helping us today that could have helped me back then. So thank you again if you're watching. I love you all. I love you, Wisdom Warriors. We got this. We are one. We're coming together. We're uniting. We are one. Let's go. Let's do this. I love you. Take care. Until the next time. Peace.